What's up, guys? SAG here, and welcome to another video here in NBA Spread Talk with Chris Smithies. Sorry, I upload just a bit late. Just had a lot of things going on today, but let's just take a quick look at yesterday. We're going to review this one here. So our money picks went 2-0. The Chicago Bulls end up beating the Orlando Magic. They ended up smacking them. Great job. And the Kings actually go out and beat the Lakers. So we got the plus 7.5 cover. And they outright won that game. So if you sprinkle a bit on that money line, you got a nice cash out there. Looking at our average picks, we were pretty decent. We were okay at best. We went 4-3. We had the Hornets, the Suns, the Pacers, and the Golden State right. Golden State's still on fire. But we had the Wizards, who barely won. We had Boston, who lost. And we Utah, who actually lost wrong. At our avoid picks, we were actually 2-1. The Clippers ended up smacking the Pistons. Again, that's why I didn't really trust the Pistons, but it was a high number. Memphis got smacked by Atlanta. John Morant got hurt. Still got smacked. Milwaukee, no Jokic coming back. So if you're Milwaukee, if you took that minus 3.5, that was an easy cash because we knew Milwaukee was going to win that game. So looking at all time now, we in the past 2 days that we've done this, we're 4-2 in money picks, 8-5 in average picks, and 2-4 in avoid picks. Looking pretty good. We're kind of getting a grasp of this, and I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. We got a decent slate of games today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think about 8 games today that we're just going to quickly run through so you guys can make your picks here. If you want to ride with me, go ahead and ride with me. Of course, it's up to you. But, hey, lately we've been winning. We've been doing it well. First, we'll start with the 6 o'clock game here. The Minnesota Timberwolves are going to Philadelphia to play the 76ers. Looking at Minnesota, the line is actually at minus 6.5. You can catch Minnesota at plus 7 if you want. So Sixers are favored by about 2 possessions. Looking at Minnesota, they're 4-1 in their last 5 against the spread. They lost to Miami. They're 1-1 with no rest. Sorry, they didn't lose to Miami. They lost to Charlotte. My bad. Lost to Charlotte. They're 2-4 as an away underdog, and they're 2-2 against the East. Sorry, my mustache there. 76ers, they're 2-3 against the spread in their last 5, 1-2 when they have the rest advantage. 2-2 is a home favorite, and 6-2 against the West. Pretty good against the West there. Looking at injury news, let's just scroll up here. There's a big one here. First of all, Karl Anthony Towns is questionable. That's pretty big. Hopefully Towns can come in and play. There's this issue with his finger. And for the 76ers, Tobias Harris is questionable. And Joel Embiid is questionable. Let me just take a quick look at both of their status here to see if anything changed. No, still questionable. I think all these players will play today, but just be careful. So looking at this game, Minnesota's coming back from a back-to-back. 76ers, they had Thanksgiving off and they didn't play yesterday. They're coming home. And they had a good time with their family. Now they're getting Joel Embiid back, and they need Joel Embiid. But in my opinion, honestly, Minnesota is too good of a team to be underdogs by double digits. By 2 possessions. Minnesota's at plus 7. I mean, guys, they just came off a loss. They're going to be motivated. They got rocked by Charlotte. They got a reality check, and they're going to be back and better. I'm not saying they might not win the game, but they're going to be in the game. They're going to keep this within 2 possessions, guys. Make this an average pick. Minnesota, plus 7 for you. So looking at the next game, we had the Phoenix Suns going into Brooklyn on a 15-game winning streak, coming off a win last night in Madison Square Garden. And they're 2-3 in the last 5 against the spread. I had a lot of close calls. Yesterday wasn't one of them. We actually took the Suns yesterday, and we ended up cashing with them against the Knicks. The Knicks were just straight up garbage. 2-2 against the East, against the spread. 2-3 with the rest disadvantage, and 5-4 away. With Brooklyn, they're 2-3 in their last 5. They're 3-1 with the rest advantage. 3-5-1 when they're a home favorite. And they're 1-2 against the West. Come off a big win against Boston. They were at home having a good time. I mean, this is a big game, primetime game, guys. I think this is where Phoenix's streak comes to an end. I know the Nets probably had a good time with their family. But you know what? I think you're going to come and show this game. Phoenix is going to have a reality check at some point. It's coming at some point. They're on a back-to-back. They've been on a big road trip. They're going to be fatigued. I'm going to make this an average pick because I'm not for sure. But the Nets are only minus 1.5. They're a pretty good team with KD, Harden. Hopefully Patty Mills has a great game. KD's going to be hard to be stopped here. they're going to have a hard time stopping them here. So, guys, make this an average pick, but I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets at -1.5. I forgot to share injury news for that one. Nothing there. But Joe Harris, Nick Claxton, and Bruce Brown are out. So Bembry might come in the center, or maybe LaMarcus Aldridge. We're going to have to see about that one. That's the only unfortunate part. So DeAndre Ayton might have a good game, but I think they're due for one. Next up, we have a rematch from the playoffs. We have the New York Knicks playing the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are favored by 7. The Hawks are balling right now, coming off a win yesterday in Memphis. I told you guys to avoid it. I wasn't for sure about the Hawks, but give them credit. They show out this one. And the New York Knicks, they're 1-4 in their last 5. They're 3-1 when they have a rest disadvantage against the spread. They're 5-3 after a loss, and they're 2-1 as an away underdog. Looking at the Hawks, they're 4-1 in their last 5. 7-1 as a home favorite, 6-4 against the East, but they're only 1-3 against the spread when they have no rest. Both teams coming off back-to-backs. The Knicks just got slapped by the Suns, and not too great news for the Knicks injury-wise here. Rose, Gibson, and Walker are all out, and Nerlens Noel is questionable. So it's going to be an interesting one. They don't have Rose. They don't have Walker. They do have Emmanuel Quickley that can come off the bench. Probably play Barrett at the 1. The Hawks are 7-point favorites here. 7 points. And also, DeAndre Hunter is out in this one. And Bogdanovich has been downgraded to questionable. So Bogdanovich, he might not play this one. Cam Reddish is questionable as well. But I'm just looking at this one. The Knicks are going to be motivated, man. They seen what happened to them in the playoffs. They seen what happened to them. They lost to the Hawks. It was bitter. It's a rivalry. And guys, the Hawks are not going to the Knicks are too motivated right now to lose by more than 2 possessions. In my opinion, this is a money pick, guys. Giving the Knicks +7, kind of similar to Sacramento, except the Knicks have motivation this time because Atlanta's a good team. Atlanta's a really good team. They shoot the ball well. They might not even have Bogdanovich. They won't have Hunter. They might not have Reddish. And the Knicks are motivated this game. I feel like they're going to lock in this one. They just came off a loss in Phoenix. Atlanta comes off a big win. They're going to feel good. The Knicks are going to smack them on this one. I know both teams will be ready, but the Knicks are going to be motivated. They have to get revenge. And even if they lose this game, we probably still get the cover. I think they're going to keep this one close, and that's what's most important with this line at +7. So, guys, make this a money pick. The New York Knicks +7. So, looking at the next one, we have the Chicago Bulls playing at home. They came off a big win yesterday. We cashed on them on a money pick against Orlando at -8. They're going to Miami, who had a bit of time off. They're 2-3 against the spread in their last 5. They've lost the last 3 against the spread. 4-2 against the spread after a loss. They lost against Minnesota. They're 5-4 against the spread versus the East, and they're 4-0 against the spread as an away underdog. But this one, they're actually not an underdog, but they're close enough to where that kind of is relevant. Chicago's 3-2 against the spread in the last 5, 7-5 after a win, 4-3 as a home favorite, and 2-1 in their second game in a back-to-back. Looking at injury news, the Heat have Markieff Morris is out. Dwayne Dedmon is probable. Victor Oladipo is out. I mean, when is he going to come back? I mean, I need him, bro. Can you come back, please, Victor? I mean, it feels like he's on vacation. And for Chicago, Alex Caruso is questionable. Javonte Green will probably play, and Patrick Williams is out in this one. So, guys, this is an interesting one. Chicago, they came off a big one on the road. They got to come back home. And Miami, they're playing pretty well. They're playing for. Actually, we have 9 games on the slate. I forgot to punch this in. Let me get this thing. One sec, guys. So Miami, they're playing pretty good ball. They came off a big loss. They had some time in Chicago, but they weren't too stuffed up, probably. Guys, give me Miami as an average pick. I think they're going to come out to play in this one as road favorites. Tyler Hero's going to ball. They're pretty well matched up here. I'm going to take an average pick here, and I'm going to take Miami. Nothing too special, but I'll make it an average pick. Not too much of some boy, because Miami's a pretty good team, and Chicago's playing a back-to-back here. Miami was rested in this one. And you look at it, Chicago's only 2-1, but in a back-to-back, they've been looking pretty good. I think they're going to get a reality check here. And look at Miami's 4-0 as an away underdog. Next up, we have the Orlando Magic, who got smacked by Chicago. Thanks, Orlando. We appreciate that. They are plus 10. Cleveland is 10-point favorites now. It started around 7. It's gone up to 10. It's a lot, but Orlando playing a back-to-back. Cleveland's been rested as a home team. Looking in this one, Orlando is 3-2 in their last 5 against the spread. 1-2 with no rest. 6-10 against the East, and 6-5 on the road. Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're 3-2 in their last 5. They're one win and a push as a favorite, so they haven't been a favorite much at all. They're 6-3-1 as a home team and 7-2-2 against the East. A lot of pushes and a lot of close calls here. Looking for the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're probably wondering, why is Cleveland favored that much? Well, it's because Evan Mobley will come back. He is probable. Garland and Allen are questionable. C.D. Osman is probable. I think both Garland and Allen will play in this one. Mo Bamba will probably play this one for Orlando. Same with Terrence Ross, so that's a boost, getting Ross back off the bench. Gary Harris is questionable, and Cole Anthony's out again. It's a big blow for Orlando. They might go with R.J. Hampton at the 1, with Gary Harris almost being out. So Orlando's been getting smacked left and right lately. They're not that good. They're a bad team. Cleveland's due for a big game. But guys, to me, honestly, this number is too high. 10 points for Cleveland. Cleveland. How can I take Cleveland to win by more than 10? I know it's Orlando, but guys, avoid this one. I don't trust either team here. And Orlando, they're just not good, are they? Orlando's just not good. They got a big injury report, and they're not that good. They always have these dry spells. Guys, we're just going to avoid this game for now. But if I were to pick a team, I'll take Cleveland minus 10 because they got Mobley coming back. Moving on to the next one, we have Charlotte, who are 5.5-point favorites against the Houston Rockets, who had a bit of a rest, coming off a big one against Chicago. Charlotte is 3-2 in their last 5. They came off a cover and a win against Minnesota, where they're 7-5 now after a win against the spread. They're 0-4 with the rest advantage, and they're 4-4 against the West. Houston is 2-3 in their last 5. They've lost the one time they won. You know how they are bad. 2-3, sorry guys, against the East, and 1-0 when they have the rest advantage. Injury news wise, nothing too much. John Wall and Mason Plumlee's out, and that's about it. So guys, looking at this one, I really want to take Charlotte here. And a lot of people, they're taking Charlotte in this one. But Charlotte's on a back-to-back. They're not that good on the road. They just came off a big win, so they're feeling good about themselves. I just don't know what to make of them. I feel like they're overperforming. I know it's 5.5. That's a pretty low number. But guys, for now, let's just avoid this one. I don't want nothing to do with this. On a back-to-back against Houston, you don't know what Houston's going to do. You don't know what they're like. And you know Charlotte won't put out their best. They're not at home, and they're on a back-to-back. And they're really overperforming right now. Give me Charlotte minus 5.5, but guys, avoid this game. This is an avoid pick right here. Moving on to the next one, Washington is +7 against Dallas, coming off where they barely won against OKC. We took Washington -7 against OKC. Couldn't cover there. OKC made this a good game. Got to give them credit. I was worried about it, but I thought Washington was due for a bounce back. So they had a tight one there. Looking at the injury report here, Spencer Dinwiddie, when he's out right now. He needs to rest. It's official. He's out. Davis Bertans is probable. For the Mavericks, Kleber is probable, and Jalen Brunson is questionable. Looking at this one, I honestly don't know what to make out of it, but I guess really looking at it, I don't know what to say. Dallas, they're 1-4 in their last 5. I forgot to mention this. 1-4 against the East, 3-3 is home favorite, and 3-6 after a win. But just looking at this one, my gut feeling tells me that Washington's going to bounce back. I mean, guys, Washington is +7 here. I don't care if Dinwiddie's all in this game, guys, because Washington at +7, Dallas isn't that good. They're kind of rested. I'm not saying Dallas is going to lose this game, but I'm saying Washington will keep themselves in this game to make it close enough. Again, this is a high number to me. I'm going to take the Wizards +7. I really like this number for them. They're due for a bounce back game. They're due. They haven't been playing well lately. They're going to bounce back at some point. +7 against Dallas. This will be an average pick right here. Next game is the last one. It's the New Orleans Pelicans. They're going to Utah. Sorry, they played last night against Utah. They beat Utah last night. So that was surprising. One of my average picks that failed. Nothing on the injury report other than Royce O'Neal's questionable. Looking at, they're 3-2 in their last 5. New Orleans. They're 3-8 away. They're 2-2 after a win, and they're 6-10 with equal rest. Looking at Utah, they're 2-3 in their last 5. 3-3 after a loss, 5-5 as a home favorite, and 5-4 against the West. In other words, they're mediocre. They're back and forth against the spread. It's hard to get a read on these guys. They're playing better on the road this time, and they're just average against home compared to last year. They would smack teams at home, and on the road, they wouldn't be that good. We don't really know what to make out of them. But guys, Utah just lost. So to me, this is a bounce back game for Utah. We should double down. I don't think New Orleans is that good to really match with Utah. Utah will be motivated because we just got beat by Devontae Graham on a game winner. We're better than them. We know it, and let's show them that we're better because we're going to make sure you don't beat us. And I think if Utah wins, it's going to be a beatdown. They're going to beat them bad because Utah's a good team. They shoot the ball well. I know New Orleans plays good defense with the three-point line, but I know this is a bounce-back game for Utah. They're going to be motivated for this one. Got a bit of a reality check there, losing to New Orleans. So I'm not too for sure about this one because the number's so high at 13, but I'll take an average pick on this one, Utah minus 13. So looking this over, I'm just going to go over my picks for today. First one is a money pick. The New York Knicks are +7. So only one money pick today. Knicks +7 going to Atlanta. Our average picks, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 average picks. We will take the Nets -1.5. The Wizards +7. The Jazz -13. The Timberwolves +7. And Miami -1.5. Our void picks today are Cleveland at -10 and Charlotte at -5.5. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Let's get some cash, guys. I hope you all have a good one. This is SAG saying peace.